talking about the expression of this man, this blind man, there's a very fortunate cut in your film where there's a discussion between drunkards. You know, they're stepping on the cans, and you know, they have you know, this incredible discussion of drunkards, and you cut to him crying immediately with no any kind of introduction, anything. It's just a cut where he's crying. I thought that was so fortunate. It's so expressive. I think that's probably the part of the film I like the best. And another thing I very admire of your work, that you never bother to explain, you know, this man's situation, how he got blind, how did it happen, when did it happen, if he ever was married. We see a photograph with him, with a woman, but then that's all we see. We see a television that can maybe remind us that maybe he was seeing at one time and then he stopped seeing. But you don't explain any of those things. I think this is very fortunate because many of the documentaries are always obliged to give some kind of introduction of why someone is blind, why somebody doesn't have a foot, why somebody is crazy, you know? And in this, the film itself just shows what it wants to show and doesn't have the only introduction, I think, is this is a suburb of Moscow or something like that. That's the only in titles, whatever. But did you ever have the temptation of giving some kind of explanation, of explaining, of using a voiceover or whatever?
Yeah, I understand. You know, we are all directors. We have to make choice, to take decision. It's not possible to explain everything. I mean, to write or to talk or to put all written. I don't know. And at the same time, to create a real atmosphere and to create some emotional information, because I don't. There is a difference between TV, for instance, TV program and real documentary film. Because in documentary film you can express something without explanation, but just to give audience emotional information. And of course it's hard to explain people why these old people push wagon, why they don't use sledges or horses or everything. I must explain something after the film, talking to people during Q&A. But this is my choice. I don't want to put verbal information. I don't want to explain everything because I think it's impossible. Just first of all, but can you imagine a film about this village? Let's say a regular film, TV film about this village. They could explain everything, but we would lose this mystery of life, mystery of these people, and mystery of relationship between people and animals, and also this feeling of animals who are sometimes very close to people. They look like people sometimes. Even I feel when the goats are kissing at this moment, I feel that God somewhere very close to this place, because it's really magic. And very often when I see these films, I can't imagine that we could capture this, because it's even now it looks for me fantastic. It looks for me like something magical, a real magic. And it's not possible to make. I mean, it's possible to make real TV program, TV film, but it's not. It's different because there is also film language, and I use exactly this film language to explain emotional, to put emotional information, not to explain, but to put, because I think emotional information are much stronger than simple verbal information. But it's very difficult language because, for instance, Bread Day, there are only 17 shots on this film. It's very difficult film language, what I'm trying to talk. It's exactly different what Pelesyan, for instance, I saw his masterclass. I know him. I know his theory. But my language, I respect him very much, and I think it's very interesting theory about editing. But I'm Russian. I like also Eisenstein. I like also Kuleshov and others, and also Griffiths. But I think that there is another way telling story, not only this editing, all the time, but there is language where we can cut inside shot, we can cut inside frame, where energy flows, where we can change energy inside shot, and that's interesting to me. How to develop this language